What's up, everybody? Another video with your boy Ayub. Check out the channel, subscribe. We're trying to do this. Put a like. But we're reacting to a crazy video right now. Let's see what happens here. I guess the victim recorded her own murder. Crazy. But let's get to it. How y'all doing?
I don't know what's gonna shoot what's with this thing.
This is Hector Ortiz, and this is the lifeless body of his fiancée, 20-year-old Kayla Hamilton. Just minutes from now, police will discover the key to her killer's identity is inside Hector's own phone.
Did she leave you a voice message or something?
Yes, I just somebody got her.
Can I hear that?
In a desperate fight for her life, Kayla managed to record her final moments, capturing not only the struggle, but the voice of her killer. This haunting recording will lead investigators straight to her murderer, and it's someone no one ever expected.
Did he show you this voice message?
It sounds like she's
family
talking,
member.
and there's a person talking at the end of it.
Okay. No, somebody come and kill her. Really, I don't know.
She's been gone too long.
Was she like this?
Her hands were tied up and a cord was around her neck, apparently.
Oh, damn. Kayla Hamilton. Damn, it's sad. Dude,
You can't do nothing.
No, there's nothing to do. She's been down for too long. Do you
Estaba abierta la puerta. The door was open.
Listen, I don't speak Spanish, so I need you to communicate with me in English, okay?
Yeah,
And
we
I'm
don't
not
know
trying
what
to
you're
be
trying to say.
disrespectful, but I don't speak
But I don't think
Spanish,
he's
so I
trying to
can't
say anything
communicate to you
bad.
in Spanish, only English.
He said puta.
Can you look at me while I explain things to you, so you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. We went in, and if there was anything that we could do to bring her back, we would have. But listen to me. Okay. She's been gone too long.
Kayla was a high-functioning autistic person, very capable and hardworking. She was small and slight of build. The young woman preferred to stay to herself, particularly when she was in the home and her fiancé Hector was at work. As always, he would pull the door shut behind him on the way out, and she would lock it, tucking a towel under the door. Once secure, she tended not to leave the room until Hector came back home at the end of his shift. Kayla herself was learning Spanish, but was uncomfortable speaking. If there was ever a knock at her bedroom door during the day, she made a point to call Hector, but she almost never opened the door, unless it was to move clothes around on laundry day. Today wasn't wash day, and there was a knock at her door, and Kayla called Hector as always. He wasn't able to answer the call, and it went to voicemail at 10:59 a.m. It would only last a couple of minutes. Upon hearing it, there would be indistinct voices, and he would simply have to check on it when he went home after work. There are so many possibilities as to what could have happened. The personnel at the scene have to try and get some idea as to what kind of activities the people there were involved in. The fiancé explains that he and Kayla lived very quiet lives, working and generally avoiding anything that might cause them trouble.
He doesn't look that devastated that his fiancé is dead, but he's not behaving suspiciously. You know, he's calm, he's talkative, he's talking. He speaks a lot more Spanish than English. I guess she doesn't even speak Spanish. She was learning Spanish. I don't know how they met each other, but it seems like this happened in 2022. Let's continue, guys.
Like any kind of heart problems, any kind of breathing problems?
She has autism, PTSD, something like this.
She has PTSD?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's normally, so
Okay, so me your question, does she take medication for her PTSD?
no.
Okay. Does she use drugs?
No.
It's just a question I have to ask.
2 years, we be together for 2 years. We don't do nothing, drugs, alcohol.
Nothing. Negative and nothing for bro. No reason for her to want to use anything like that? Okay.
No, somebody coming.
Yeah, you see the way how he's explaining it? But who'd want to do that to her? That's just crazy. Imagine if somebody in her own family.
Kill her, really. I don't know. There's another guy right here. I think I be like a suspicious to him. I don't know what's going on.
And this is where she lives. This is her address?
Yeah, it's my, it's our room.
That's your house?
Room. We rent a room.
Who lives? Okay, so you rent a room here.
Still, Hector doesn't want to admit that Kayla is gone. They've got to work through language barriers to find out anything they can to help circle in on what was the reasoning behind this. Was it a random event, or was something more at work here? There is one incredibly important piece of evidence that has to be considered. The voicemail, while terribly faint, could offer any number of clues. Hector still couldn't be completely ruled out as the perpetrator of the crime, but if they could glean more information and clearer sound
that's the crazy thing too. Whoever is closest to you, he might, because a lot of cases, their partner or their best friend somehow, some way had something to do with it.
voices from the message, it could lead them to who the real killer was.
What? Did she have a voice message? What did she get? Did she leave you a voice message or something?
Yes, I just.
What did it? Is it in
nothing,
Spanish?
It's nothing. She don't say nothing. Somebody got her.
Can I hear that?
Oh my God. I think that's not a flag. No.
¿Esa ropa que está ahí en la lavandería, en la lavandería de ella o qué? Agarraron un trapo y ahí.
Let's cover 10 pro tips for working with the Cursor agent. So I've got Cursor open and my agent on the right. And the first tip is to use plan mode. So in the agent...
Did he show you this voice message?
He did.
Okay, it's just like screaming and... I don't know if it's screaming or...
It sounds like she's choking.
Yeah.
No, and there's a person talking at the end of it.
Okay.
But her phone doesn't seem to be here.
Okay.
I'm having them ping it.
What's that?
I'm having them ping the phone.
Phone, okay.
Just in case.
Un audio que ella me mandó, pues.
At the end of this voice message, did you hear like a voice at the end of the voice message talking?
No, somebody say like a core or something like this. Core. Yeah. Core, yeah.
Traducirle, si quieres.
No entiendo. You can play.
Hold on, let me see something. Do you have a Gmail?
Yeah.
Can you email this? Can you email this message to me?
Go ahead.
The fiancé wants to make certain that the investigators have a good grip on the timeline. He can't tell if he's a suspect for the officers at this time, and they can't rule him out either without doing some additional off-site checking of his alibi.
Somebody, I explain you. Somebody knocked the door. I know that, and she coming and lock. So, see who it is. When he saw the guy or something like this, she called me. So she was having time to call me. You understand? So she called me, but I didn't answer. So I know somebody. So 11, something. I don't know.
That was the
11.
Yeah, 11.
So he went to work. They live in a room. She locks the door. Somebody came knocking. She called him before, but I guess somebody broke into that door. He didn't answer. It's a weird situation. It's a sad loss.
3 or something. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Okay.
But there's still the question of who else could be involved. Officers find that the back door of the trailer, the one that leads through the laundry room, is unlocked. Each of the residents present say they have been told not to use that door, and they have no idea why on this day it would have been left unlocked. Of course, there is one housemate who is unaccounted for at this time, the young teenager that had just moved in, and no one seemed to know very well.
Nobody knows the guy's name?
Nah.
Nobody knows the guy's name?
No, I don't know.
What does he look like?
Huh?
What does he look like?
John, like me.
Sure.
John.
Maybe Sando.
A little bit more, but it's skinny, little how you call it? Black, a little bit like my.
Let's leave it here. Maybe coming late or I don't know.
You look when I come, he go.
So when you came back
When I come in the work, he go for the
When he coming from the job.
Perhaps the young man, still new to the trailer and the country, really didn't understand the rules about locking that door. The police needed to find him. Perhaps he could be of some assistance in piecing this together. Of course, there was also a much darker possibility. As more police and detectives arrive at the scene, they finally have the manpower to canvass the neighborhood and to preserve the crime scene. Hector had already disturbed the crime scene when he untied the young woman's hands and removed the cord from around her neck. Any prints on those items would likely be smudged and untraceable now. Other items at the scene, including Kayla's rummaged through purse, her clothing, and personal effects, need to be kept right where they are, untouched. Before long, detectives on scene are able to begin working from a mobile command post on the street across from the trailer. Things begin to come into more focus. An officer on foot has located a trailer in that community that has a number of surveillance cameras that are positioned to possibly have seen who may have come or gone from the site. And then they get a phone call from the woman who owns this particular rental property. She tells them that the young man who lived there is at her home. Detectives are dispatched immediately. Kayla's cell phone was also pinged, and while it showed
what was he doing in that home and how did she... Okay.
that it was in the general vicinity, the search grid would prove to be too large and indistinct to find it. It had certainly been ditched, and to this day it has not been found. Meanwhile, the detectives have approached the young man, and after being told by the landlady that he had been acting odd, they have decided to take him in for questioning. A car and an officer are called in. Detectives have approached the vicinity.
Go back. What did they say?
The young man from the woman who owns that has a number of surveillance cameras that are positioned to possibly have seen who may have come or gone from the site. And then they get a phone call from the woman who owns this particular rental property. She tells them that the young man who lived there is at her home. Detectives are dispatched immediately. Kayla's cell phone was also pinged, and while it showed that it was in the general vicinity, the search grid would prove to be too large and indistinct to find it. It had certainly been ditched, and to this day it has not been found. Meanwhile, the detectives have approached the young man, and after being told by the landlady that he had been acting odd, they have decided to take him in for questioning. A car and an officer are called in.
Possible suspect, right over there. Like right around the corner.
New, very recent. I guess that's the scary thing about like having a lot of roommates and like renting a room.
Might be the roommate or something that they found.
There is, and usually those doors are not like great doors. You know, it's not like your front door.
He said good. Transfer over to my truck.
Well,
I was just taking over, back over the truck.
What was he doing in her house?
Got it in your pockets. Any weapons? Knife.
No hablo inglés.
Oh, I got you. Did you already search him?
Yeah.
Okay. He's good.
Okay, I bought this house on
Come on,
194 Arbor Street in Kalispell, Montana.
This guy
I'm going to make
spends
a
a lot
bunch
of
of money
money
in
on
cash flow,
ads.
and that's cool.
The young man is named Walter Martinez, and he has in no way struggled or tried to evade the officers.
Damn,
As a
he's
juvenile,
16.
he is accorded additional rights, and the detectives and officers on hand take precautions to make sure that he is afforded all of them. At this time, he is not made aware that he could be a suspect or has been told what happened at his residence. It is obvious, however, that he knows the police are swarming the place. Martinez, just 16 at the time of the incident, was taken to the Hobart County Sheriff's Office for questioning. Curiously, while the fiancé has mentioned that Kayla's cell phone was missing and that he has his, there are other cell phones laying out in plain view in the room. Only the one Kayla had made the call on was missing. If this had been a robbery attempt, why had no one stolen the other phones? They would have been worth something. Debit and gift cards were also still in the room, as well as a large amount of change on the floor, also untouched.
Damn, they didn't
Only
even
her
take care of
wallet,
that
which
room.
had carried $6 before
Such
the
small
incident, had been
space
cleaned out.
to be that
At this
dirty.
point, even the police are having some difficulty in processing what the crime scene is and what it appears to be. Details in the translations and between what each officer has heard are slipping back and forth. Some of the newer arrivals on the scene seem to think that she may have died under natural or non-homicidal causes. It's a difficult situation, not just for the mystery that needed to be solved, but that the loss of human life still wears on officers and EMTs who respond to incidents like this one. It has now reached half
Not
past
an
8
easy
o'clock
job.
in the evening. While Martinez sits in an interview room alone, detectives on the scene are poring over the videos provided by the neighbor from their security cameras. On them, they tell a tale of a young man coming and going from the trailer multiple times during the day. He leaves for work in the morning and comes back after Kayla's fiancé has headed to work. He then leaves again and comes back just around 11 a.m., the time at which Kayla was violently assaulted and murdered. He emerges from the trailer just about a half an hour later after Kayla's desperate but unheard phone call was made. There can be no doubt that he can be placed at the location when Kayla made her last desperate call and that he left not long after. No one else would stop at the trailer during that time span.
I think that
The
same dude was
videos would
wearing red
also
shorts.
show a car come by and pick up Walter a little later in the day. At this point, only Walter and Kayla's body were in the trailer. All of the other residents were gone. Detectives were able to quickly trace the car to Walter's older half-brother, who lived a few streets over in the same trailer park. The brother would tell them that Walter had contacted him and wanted to go and hang out after telling him he had decided to give up drugs and alcohol in an attempt to change his life. The brother and another man come to pick Walter up. The three run a few errands and then stop at a Target store. While there, the two other men get snacks and drinks, while Walter picks out a small, inexpensive pair of earrings costing under $6. He goes to the checkout counter and pays for them with 6 $1 bills, the same amount that Kayla had in her wallet that morning when her fiancé left. Martinez makes it home around 2:30 p.m., puts in the earrings, and decides to go off on another walk. Kayla's body still awaits discovery in the back bedroom of the trailer. It's not much, but they can place him at the scene of the crime, and he had access to the building. Crime scene specialists are sweeping the room, and DNA swabs are being taken from Kayla's body. There is ample evidence there, but it will have to be processed, and a match will need to be worked out before anyone can be accused based on what it reveals. Downtown, the police will need to work on getting information from Martinez, either something pointing a finger at someone else or something that implicates him. A detective and an interpreter sit down with Martinez to explain to him his Miranda rights and advise him that he can have a lawyer at any time and that speaking with them is completely voluntary. He tells them that he agrees and signs the appropriate documents.
Every month, this Airbnb pays me about $2.7K in semi-passive income. Now here's the thing, I don't own it, and I don't pay.
How long have you been in the United States?
3 to 4 months.
And do you remember where you came into the United States?
Yeah, Texas border.
Did you have family up here in Maryland, or how did you get here to Aberdeen?
Okay, so tienes familia aquí en Frederick?
Sí.
Okay. He has family here in Aberdeen and Frederick.
Where's your family in Aberdeen?
The cop is tatted up.
Es tu hermano, Kevin? So his brother Kevin lives in the same trailer park.
After confirming that his brother lives just a few streets down from Martinez, the young man tells them that he has lived at the location for about a week.
And what brought him to that house? How did he find that room?
So his stepbrother knows the landlord, the lady that owns the property, and that's how he was. He lives there. That's why he lives there.
Okay. Is there any reason he's not living with his brother?
He says he doesn't feel comfortable living with his brother, and on top of that, the landlord said that he can't bring another person into the trailer that his brother's currently living in.
Okay.
He goes on to explain that he works for a warehouse company that ships products. He doesn't really know what kind of products they are, he just puts boxes on pallets and has been working there for about 3 or 4 months since he arrived in Aberdeen. He works 3 days a week from noon until 9 p.m. So the detective brings the discussion back around to the trailer at number 3 Inca Street where the incident happened. For brevity's sake, we will edit out the Spanish portions of the interview and rely on the translator.
Who all does he live with at 3 East Inca Street?
Okay, yeah, so it's his, it's the couple, the married couple that was there, and their child, and then the other couple, the fiance and the woman. So it's going to be six people there, right? And so the child, so it'll be 6.
Have you ever gone into any of your roommates' bedrooms at any time? Or have they ever invited you into their rooms?
No.
Yeah, he said he's never been into the room without their permission, or he's never been invited.
Well, they did say they don't know him that much.
Door to take their clothes out of the dryer so he can wash his clothes, the washer and dryer so he can wash his clothes.
So he's never physically been inside any other roommates' bedrooms?
No, inside never.
Never.
Solo nomás la puerta así llegar.
Oh, just by the door, and that's it. The only name he knows is Agustin. The 2 females, the child, and the other male, he doesn't know their names.
So you live with these people and they've never introduced themselves to you? You never talked to them in passing?
Yeah, he's just the only one that, that he knows is the men. He talks to the men there, and he knows the other guy, the fiance, as Kike. That's like a, I guess it's short for Enrique. Yeah. It's like a term of endearment.
And how does he know him by that?
Okay, so he knows him because, or he's spoken to him because he, and Kike had talked to him about splitting the Wi-Fi bill, and he told Kike that he can't split the Wi-Fi bill.
How'd that conversation go? Was it like even-tempered, or did it get heated at all?
He said he was with his brother one time, and Kike offered to see if he can go on a pay, go half on the Wi-Fi. He said he couldn't do it. He's just going to. Kike tried to convince him, like, well, if you get Wi-Fi here, you can hook up a TV and get services too. He's like, I'm not worried about that. I'm just gonna get a phone with with service.
Martinez says that he has never spoken to Kayla since she was someone else's fiancée and he didn't want to cause any troubles. He tells the interpreter that he doesn't even know her full name. He doesn't know the kind of relationship the two have, but says that he has heard crying at times in the house. He's also heard them arguing, but never physically fighting. He says he really doesn't know much about them at all, where they work, what their schedules are, or anything else.
Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, The Ring 6, January 31st. Watch only on DAZN.
Stand true. Stay weird. Be bold.
The detective moves on to get the man to discuss what he had been doing that day.
Could you just describe your day to me from the time you woke up to basically up until the time that you and I met?
He got up at 8. Okay. He made some breakfast.
Ahí la dejé.
Okay. and left the food in his room. So about noon, he got up at 8 and he made some breakfast, a couple eggs, 2 tortillas, and he left the house about noon. He said about ¿volviste a tu casa? He said he can't remember if it's 11 or 12, but he went out with his brother. So about between 11 and 12, he was with his brother. They were going shopping for a computer. He does not know the name of the stores. He went to a store, another store, and he bought earrings. So the earrings he had on today, he had just bought them. He bought 3 pairs of those earrings. He does not remember the store, the name of the store, or where the store is. He said since he's new to the area, he doesn't know where he's at.
What color were the other earrings?
Okay, yeah, so it's 3 pairs. All 3 had a gold color, they were gold color. Yeah.
Or did they come in like any packaging or?
Okay, yeah, they come in packaging.
So after he got the earrings, then what?
So so between 2 and 3, he was with his brother and this other guy named Yarny, and so 2:30 to 3, his brother went to drop him off because his brother and Yarny work together.
Does Yarny have a full name or?
He's not sure what his last name is or how to spell Yarny.
But he's friends with his brother and works on.
It's his brother's brother.
After being dropped off, Martinez tells them that he went inside, put his food in the refrigerator, and then went out to take a walk. He said he likes to take walks in the area, particularly to a nearby park. He says that he thinks it was about 2 hours before he headed back, and then he had an odd question for the officers.
So he has a question. He's wondering if he can go back to the room. He'll be able to live in the same place.
Yeah, probably.
No, pero sí, no hay ningún problema.
Does he wonder why does he ask that?
What, say it again?
Why does he ask that?
Oh, the reason he's asking because someone told him that one of the residents had passed away. So if she was in danger, he doesn't want to be in danger also.
This wasn't the kind of question you would expect from a killer, but more from someone who had nowhere else to go that evening and really didn't know what had happened. The detective digs in just a bit more to see what might turn up.
Did you see Kike?
Damn, this is a weird ass crazy story, bro.
About,
oh my
Kike's
god.
wife?
He saw her this morning around 8 when he woke up.
And where was she?
Okay, she was going towards the living room this morning at 8 o'clock. She was walking out of her room.
And what was he doing?
What was he doing?
Mm-hmm.
He was doing his laundry.
So she came out into the common area and he was doing his laundry. Where did she go from there?
She went back inside her room. And after that, he didn't see her.
You never saw her again?
Nunca la viste de nuevo?
No.
The detective asks Martinez what he thinks his housemates would say about him. He said he's never had an issue with any of them, so it would probably be positive. He does ask one more time if he would be allowed to return to the house because he has nowhere else to go that night. The detective tells him that he'll see what he can do for him before they recuff the man and take him back for holding. They haven't learned much concrete from the interview, as many nuances can be lost in translation. Martinez, for all intents and purposes, has been an emotionless wall, seemingly unbothered that a young woman was brutally murdered and assaulted in his home. Information from the crime scene, along with security videos and a quick interview with Martinez's half-brother, are painting a picture that the leading suspect in this case is the young man himself. Information from the Department of Homeland Security on Martinez has come through with information saying that Martinez was picked up at the Mexican border, where he declared for asylum as an unaccompanied minor. While being held and processed there, he was allowed to travel to Maryland to live with sponsors while he awaited his hearing on his immigration status. The account he gave was that he had been taken from El Salvador and through Mexico with coyotes, or human workers, who still expected payment from him. They had threatened harm to his family if he did not repay them in time. Because of this situation and that Martinez was still a juvenile, Maryland state law required that he be turned over to Child Protective Services for holding rather than being held at a jail during the investigation.
What's the secret to peak health? Going micro with Noom. Micro habits, micro wins.
He did, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
The Aberdeen Police Department and Harford County Sheriff's Office said that when handing Martinez over, they made CPS well aware that Martinez was being held in conjunction with a possible murder charge and that he should be kept away from any other minors. They explained that the only reason he had not been charged with the crime as of yet was that they were awaiting results on DNA testing, which was done at the scene. It would take 6 long months for that DNA testing to come back. DNA matching that of Martinez was found on Kayla's body and in her underwear. In the meantime, Martinez had been placed in a group home with other children and enrolled at a nearby high school with some 1,400 other students. He would end up in a foster home and would be forced to leave high school due to behavioral problems. Martinez would be rearrested, this time as an adult due to the severity of the crimes, murder, and sexual assault. While awaiting trial, he sent a letter to a friend, apparently not understanding that all mail from inmates would be read before it was released. Within the letter, he would admit to a total of 4 murders and a number of other crimes. He would also admit to being a member of MS-13. Confronted with his own admissions, on August the 21st of 2024, Martinez would plead guilty to the murder of Kayla Hamilton. At his sentencing trial, the recording of the voicemail sent by Kayla would be played. His words of lo siento, I'm sorry, gained him no sympathy. He would be given a life sentence, commuting all but 70 years of it due to his age at the time of the crime. He will, no matter what, have to serve the 70 years. After he is released, he will have to serve an additional 5 years of supervised probation, should he live that long. Kayla's family would work with representatives at the state and national level in an attempt to create new laws that would prevent juveniles awaiting trial for violent crimes from being put into non-traditional custody and potentially endangering other children. We would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and loved ones of Kayla Marie Hamilton, a young woman taken far too soon.
That's crazy. Yeah,
we got another signing today. Bro, I'm here with my notary, Taya. Taya, what are we signing today?
I don't know your surroundings. Don't trust nobody, especially in this world these days. Don't trust nobody. I guess the situation in the end was, he's sick. He deserves everything that he got. Damn, and that was not his first body. That's crazy, bro. That's nuts, yo. If you like it, you like it. If you want to subscribe. But this is your boy. See y'all later. Another one.